All right, well, we're live. Yep. Hey, everybody. Al Simpson with Vampires in New Jersey. We're going to launch, the Kickstarter. I have two people in the room waiting, Greg Bow and December Lace. Hopefully some other people can join us. Let me let them in. Hello, Greg Bow. How are you doing?
What's up?
December.
Hi.
December, what's happening?
Hey, it's Greg Bow. I don't think I've gotten to talk to you in person yet.
Yeah.
I know, right?
I know I've gotten to see Alton.
Yeah, I got lucky there going to Baltimore. That's one of the reasons I went to Baltimore. You know.
No.
Yeah, I said I wanted to see you. I wanted to see Wendy. You know, you work with all these people. You know, if I get a chance to see you, Greg Bow, you know, like there's a con or something, I'll go just specifically for that, even if I don't know much about the con. Because
absolutely.
I think when I work with people for years now, and it's like, well, you want to like actually meet them and talk to them and see them in person, you know, because you feel like you know everybody because you've been doing all this great stuff with them. So
especially for the last 2 years.
Yeah. If I see an opportunity, you know, like a window, the things look good this week, I guess I'll go. You know. Greg, well, didn't you just do a con, or are you going to do one?
I'm always doing cons.
Yeah, I know. I saw your activity.
Well, I hadn't even posted a bunch of them yet. I've got 3 this month. I've got a signing next weekend in Tennessee, a book signing in Tennessee, and then I've got Charleston, South Carolina. And then the next month I've got 3.
Right. Now, are they what kind of events are they? Are they cons? Are they signing? Is that a store?
One's a book signing for Panther from Dynamite, Panther #1.
Okay.
And then that's in Tennessee. And then got a bunch of cons. So
cool. Yeah. So get out there and see Greg Bow. He's working it. December, how have you been?
I mean, as well as can be expected. I saw Greg Bow's Mortal Kombat shirt, and I'm like all about that. I don't know if you can see that.
That's cool.
Finish him.
I've got Mortal Kombat everything in back of me.
Oh, look at that.
Very cool.
I'm a diehard MK fan. That's awesome.
Me too, December.
Let's see your Raiden shirt.
Me too.
Sweet.
See if I can do it. I'm doing this on my phone.
It looks good, man.
The Thunder
So
God
everybody
himself.
get over here. We have some vampires in New Jersey. This is awesome.
Oh yeah, that. I keep forgetting. I'm so happy to talk to people because you know how things are now. But yeah, so we're launching. I'm assuming Russ is going to give me he's messaging me. So let me take a look. We had like a couple things to do. Everything is in.
Okay, if I cleared my schedule for this evening, then Russ should be able to take care of his because that is just so irresponsible of you, Russ. I mean, look at this. I'm all set to party this evening with everybody. I've got my
look at there.
My skull mug with with my straw, my sippy straw. My nanny got me hooked up with that.
Sweet.
Nice.
Yes, it's Mountain Dew, so I will be sugar buzzed. Everybody,
caffeinated.
Russ, no excuses.
There you go.
How dare you? And I was on time. I don't want anything from anybody tonight. Damn it.
Well, I'm sitting here on my phone in my studio doing this, hunched over my drawing desk and wearing my grandpa glasses.
Yeah, well, be comfortable.
Grandpa's been killing it lately. Have you guys seen his stuff?
Yeah.
If you haven't, make sure you add him. He's got some awesome stuff.
Yeah.
You're too kind.
Yeah, what you guys do is magical. I write, and when you write, you don't know how things are going to look, you know, but you hope. You go, I hope it looks cool. But then I meet people like you, and then it looks cool. So thank you.
Gwen's amazing. Gwen's amazing with her colors.
Yes, she is. Oh, she's on fire.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to hit the switch. Hopefully it works. Usually you hit the launch button and you think it's going to be like, and it's never like, it's always like, you know, typical computer software junk.
Yeah.
It's
y'all should have seen me trying to log into this.
Yeah, it's challenging. I know, especially on a phone. Phones are very weird with StreamYard.
Oh yeah.
All right. So we hit the button and I don't know what it's doing. Is it doing anything?
I'm gonna cut off that studio.
Okay. Woohoo! Project is live. So we're on. That's good. So that's done. Oh, and Bob's here.
I was going to yell, it's the final countdown.
There we go.
Bob?
How's it going? Hello.
Pretty good. Thanks for joining us. So how are you, Bob?
I'm doing good.
Yeah. Bob did Witches of Westchester.
Sweet.
Interiors and a cool cover. And he's been working with me. How many Kickstarters, Bob? Like 3 now?
Yeah, it's been a bit. Yeah.
And he does his own material. What's going on lately, Bob? Something's always going on with everybody. So tell us what's happening.
Yeah, I've got nothing going on. I'm drawing your book. I'm drawing Bunny. That's it. Yeah, so that's what I got going on.
Bunny Goes to Space #1. People are bothering me about it already.
Yeah, good. Well, I'm going to be giving you some artwork you can share if you choose or something like that. Because I've got a lot of stuff. I'm like going through completing layouts right now before I start like doing finishes and everything on it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, Bunny's about a year old. So, I'm figuring people are ready for the first issue because it was the art book that they got. Because I didn't know if the character would be popular or not, but it did really well.
That was a killer art book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now this art book is even crazier because I started putting things together like, last fall, and I've got I don't know. People kept saying, "Hey, can I join the Kickstarter?" And it kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I think it might be over 30 pages for this art book. It's a lot of stuff.
Wow.
So it's I really like doing them because it allows people to get all the covers in one spot. You know what I mean? Or
all
mix
the more
and match.
reason for you guys to join in the fun in the campaign. Look at how many options you have already.
Yeah. It looks like people are starting. I got one backer anyway. Usually I start at 9 o'clock, and then by morning I fund. That way I can sleep. I don't have to sit there and watch it, because the more you watch it, the less it moves, or it even goes down sometimes. Which I got one guy was doing a Kickstarter last year, and he saw it going up and down, and I said, "You got to just ride the wave." Is that Bunny?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Something I did. I just messed around with doing some traditional stuff. I don't know if anybody can like see it on there or not.
Yeah. I'm going to, I got a space book I want to send you too, Bob.
All right, cool.
I got for some weird spaceships, because they were trying to do Dune as a movie back in the early 70s. And it's really wild Italian director was going to do it.
Yes, I know. Jodorowsky.
Yeah. And he wanted Pink Floyd to do the soundtrack, which they actually agreed to. And I don't know. He was going to have David Bowie in it. Mick Jagger was supposed to be in it. I mean, it was just a crazy script.
It would have been pretty epic. They have Mobius draw like the entire, storyboard, like on the flight, while he also designed the look of every character in the thing. Yeah,
it's insane. But typical with those types of projects, you jam so much in, it's hard to actually finish it because it just is going too many different directions. But there is a book of like really bizarro art from the period and from the movie by this one artist. And I think it would fit Bunny, because I wanted non-traditional looking spaceships, because I figured in this universe, there's no gravity. I mean, planes look like they look because of gravity. Mm-hmm. It has to be aerodynamic, and it has to be this. And like in Barbarella, spaceships were like, all weird and bodily looking, and, just all different shapes.
Right.
And that opens up for an artist, to do whatever they want to do. So
yeah, awesome. I'll check it out.
So December, what are you working on? Anything you can talk about or not?
Well, first of all, I was like, people were looking at the spaceships in Barbarella.
Yeah, on occasion.
I wasn't.
Yeah, I
know.
There were scenes without Jane Fonda, so yeah. You had to look at something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Strangely enough, that actually came up. I've been watching the Pam and Tommy miniseries on Hulu.
Yeah.
And,
I'm gonna check that out.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Even if you watch it without mute on.
Yeah, I can imagine. I was posting that I ran into them in 90.
Yeah, I saw that. I didn't get to ask you about it yet.
Yeah,
are you able to tell us about it?
Yeah, this is ridiculous. So I guess I was in sales right after I got out of college. So in 94, I had just gotten a job, and they sent me to Anaheim for a convention. It was my first like corporate sales, whatever convention. So I was there with 3 other guys from all over the country. So none of us had been like on the West Coast before. So we didn't think about, oh, we might run into somebody famous or there's, we were just out there working. But we were like, well, we haven't seen anything because we've been stuck in the convention center all week. Let's get in the car and just drive. So we drove up the coast and we were at a stoplight in Malibu. And one of the guys goes, wow, look at that mother strapping her kid in. And we all look over and we were like, wow, she's really pretty. And I was like, is she like abnormally pretty? And they were like, yeah, she's like really beautiful.
Yeah.
So we're freaking out that we're just regular guys. We're freaking out that we're seeing a really beautiful woman, like an abnormally attractive one. It would have been the same if we saw like Brad Pitt or something. We'd be like, that guy's like so beautiful. What the hell's that about?
Right.
So we're looking and she's strapping. She has a huge SUV. It's outside of the Starbucks and she's running like back and forth, strapping these kids in. And we were like, wow, so we turn away. We look back, and this heavily tattooed, really tall guy with dreads and beads in his dreads, which is how Tommy had his hair then, comes running out, like looking to see if there's any paparazzi, like all over the place, like storming the parking lot. And we were like, oh my God, that's freaking Pam and Tommy Lee. I mean, that's insane. So once you see her, you go, okay, that's a movie star. But then you see him and you go, well, that's got to be them because nobody looks like Tommy Lee.
Yeah.
So that was it. I mean, and they jumped in their SUV and they took off. Now, Tommy Lee eventually bought a Starbucks franchise and put it in their house so they wouldn't have to go to that Starbucks.
Wow.
So like you have a bar in your basement. He literally had a Starbucks. He has a Starbucks in his basement.
Like Richie Rich has McDonald's.
Wow.
But yeah, when you see,
wait, who has
when
McDonald's?
you see somebody
Richie
like
Rich in the movie.
Yeah, Richie Rich. That's who's in there? Was that Macaulay Culkin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I used to read those comics when I was a kid.
It was filmed in my neck of the woods at the Biltmore Estate.
Okay. Yeah. But yeah, that's my Pam and Tommy Lee story.
That's like, I don't think that people need to fully appreciate like how rare that had to have been.
It freaked us out, as people not from LA who probably they're used to seeing everybody all the time. We were just like, those are different people than what we usually see.
Yeah.
There's a reason why they're in movies and videos and all that stuff. They are very different and they're very noticeable. So hats off to them. But yeah, I have to watch some of that Pam and Tommy because I remember the whole thing going down with the guy stealing the tape and all that.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane. But
that's what happens. I mean, that was all anybody was talking about at that time too.
Well, yeah, we didn't have the distractions we have today.
Yeah.
Right.
But
I mean, just explaining pre-internet to somebody that was born after 2000, it's kind of hard.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm dating myself here, and I am not old at all, but it's just such. I was thinking about this today, like people that were born like in a different generational gap. Like if you had people that were born in like 1860 and that they lived until like 1930, what would they have seen? Like what changes, like who had the biggest shift in technology and who had seen the most. Yeah. And I'm like, like the people that were born in our times and have seen stuff go down, I'm like, they have like, it's very strange. It's probably not the most like tearjerker kind of stuff, but it is very odd.
Yeah. Well, it's a leap even from, when I was born. My mom was a key punch operator back when computers needed cards. And even when I was in high school, computers were so in the 80s, computers were so, contrary to weird science and all that, computers were almost impossible to use.
Yeah.
On a regular basis, unless you were doing something really, major. So yeah, it's a lot different. It's hard to explain any of that to anybody today because everything's so convenient. I teach a class at the college, and it's just like I tell them, I said, yeah, things are better today than they were because to do certain things was very inconvenient back then. I had to explain pay toilets to my kid the other day. My first trip to New York City, when I was a kid with my Catholic school, where we went on a school trip. you go in the bathroom and you had to put a dime in the thing to use the facilities. So, you know, it's hard explaining any of that to people. It sounds insane. It probably was, you know, but you dealt with what you had to deal with, you know. But yeah, Pam and Tommy Lee, they were the first viral sensation before we had viral sensations. So they actually are a good subject. Now I hear Sebastian Stan looks just like Tommy Lee though.
Yeah. Yeah. It's hard for me to take though, because that was a fantasy just straight down the drain. He acts like such a douchebag, and it's like now I can't look at him. It's like, what did they do to you? No, that's not you. You're the weaker soldier. Yeah. You're good, and you help people.
Well, doesn't Sebastian Stan just look like everybody? Apparently, like he also looks like Mark Hamill.
I'm starting to think
he does look like Mark Hamill, but I can tell the difference.
Yeah, I'm starting to think that's what he is. He's just like this cameo guy that has his face.
Change his wig, and there you go. You just have that actor again.
I'm not going to sit here and let you besmirch his good name.
I'm not besmirching his name. I mean, come on, like. Looks like he can do a lot of roles.
You can have Sora Sung, you can have Heroes. That is like the one person that I'm like December goes gaga over. No, leave him alone. I already told Sora she can have Chris Pine. I get Sebastian Stan. We have a good agreement about this.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Sebastian Stan. I mean, did you see Falcon and Winter Soldier? Did you see him in that?
No, he showed up in Captain America. He was in there for like 15 minutes, and even then, before Winter Soldier, I was just like, well then.
Yeah, he's a good actor.
The army uniform.
Yeah, I like it.
So you everybody be nice out there. Do the right thing. Be good to your friends. He was good to Captain America. He's good to his friend.
Now, usually I try and share this one on the air, but I'm getting lazy in my old age.
But to answer your question, yes, they gave him brown, like coupe color contacts, and he looks exactly like Tommy Lee. And gave him the tattoos and had him act like a douche. And then Lily James looks really identical to Pamela Anderson.
Wow.
Yeah, I saw a picture of her, and it was pretty amazing how she looks.
Yeah.
Have any of them complained yet?
Any what?
Have they complained about anything yet?
I have a complaint about the music, but that's it.
Yeah, what's with the look? There was plenty of music in 93, 94, and 95 to put in that show.
Like, it's okay. So if you watch it, and you guys are, I guarantee you this is not a stretch. You don't have to be like really ingrained into music at all.
Right.
But you'll notice it's like a record scratch. You're into the episode, and then they play a song that's not even close to the year that they're in, which is 1995.
Yeah, that's
it's like when going back to Captain America. It's like at the end when he wakes up and they're trying to convince him he's still in the 40s.
Yeah,
right.
And he knows it's not the 40s. Like just on the radio is playing a game he already listened to. It's like that. Like that is exactly what I felt like. I'm like, Fatboy Slim was 1998. This isn't 1998. Like, because we had TRL. Like we all knew this. It was so ingrained in us. And it was just like it took me out of it, and it sucked because they could have done it so much better. Like if they had just put in Seal, Kiss from a Rose, fine. Like I would have been like, yeah, this is good.
Yeah, half the time, it's getting the permission to use those songs. You know what I mean?
They have tons of 1995 stuff. Doesn't even have to be that, but like they went with some. It's like they were just like, oh, this is 90s. It'll fit. It's like no, not everything 90s fits in the 90s. It was very different depending on the year.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like that 80s show where like 1980 something and they just jam in whatever they want to jam in.
Yeah.
That always cracks me up because the decade was not 1 year; it was kind of spread out. So.
I mean that's really the only complaint that I have as a person. I mean it's not enough to wreck the show, but it's very noticeable. Everything else though, it's like the acting is fantastic. It makes you want to watch the next one. Very good pacing, very good cinematography. It reminds me of what it's like to have all that, like when you meet somebody and you fall in love, there's all that, the consuming emotions with you. It's like you're overwhelmed with the person. You have to see them again, all that. They nail that. It's really good. And then like when you really want to get back at somebody, like how small somebody makes you feel and like how bad you want to just kind of stick it to them, like give them a piece of your mind. They get that too. So that's what a good film and good TV, I think, does. It like gives you that emotion again. That's magic.
Yeah, I like the fact that you're doing everything as a series instead of trying to jam everything into a movie now.
Yeah.
Because, back, even 10 years ago, they probably would have made that a movie and made a big premiere out of it. Yeah. But it's much more entertaining to be able to go into the characters daily, whatever, and really get into it for over a period of time. I know that's what James Gunn keeps saying about being able to do Peacemaker. You can really make the character more interesting because he has more time and can do cooler stuff. So, and we all like binging something.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Everybody has one thing they like binging. You might not have time.
I have more than one thing.
Yeah. I've been finding shows on HBO, since we got that lately, that only have like 6 episodes, 6 or 7, and I just binge them in one night, and I'm done with it. It's like the entire season done.
Yeah, my wife and I did the part 1 of season 4 of the Ozarks.
Yeah.
In like one day, like we couldn't stop. So yeah, that was done.
Yeah, I heard that's really good.
Yeah, it's insanely good. I love that show.
Yep.
Yeah.
Make sure that you block off an entire night if you decide to do that, because your season 1 alone is just like one night. You won't be able to stop.
Yeah, you're not going to stop.
You're
just going to keep going.
That's cool. I like Jason Bateman.
Oh, you're going to have a good time then. He's awesome.
Yeah,
exactly.
You have like not seen him like this before, and that's why you're going to really like it.
Yeah, that's the funniest thing because I remember him from like when he was on shows like Facts of Life and
right.
And that's when when I first saw him, Rick Schroeder's show. I forget what it's called.
Silver Spoons.
Yeah, he was the bad kid on Silver Spoons or whatever.
Right.
And then I forget his sister was on Family Ties.
Yeah.
So it's like I've been seeing him for a long time. But yeah, I'm glad. We had so many bad child actor experiences. It's cool to see what he's done with his career and his life since he started acting, because it could go anyway.
Silver Spoons is what got me when I became an adult to go out and buy a life-size Mortal Kombat or a full Mortal Kombat arcade cabinet to stick in my house.
Really?
Yeah, because he always had those video games in his house, and
right.
When I was a kid watching it, I was like, oh man, that is so cool.
Yeah.
What's the other cabinet you have? Is that Ninja Turtles?
Yes, it is.
I love it.
This is like the one thing that I was very adamant about when I was a kid. I grew up on Pizza Hut and Book It, and like having the arcade in said Pizza Hut. And at Pizza Hut, they didn't mess around. They had Jim Lee X-Men in 90, and it was like 92 through 94. They did those comics. So like that created the nerd that I am today. And I'm not messing around either. We got to get this next generation going. We got to make good comics for them. And we got to teach them that they don't have to accept anything less than the golden standard.
Right.
So they, like nerds like this is what we do now. Like we do not change.
Oh yeah. Okay. So there's all my nerd stuff, I guess. My
toys
are more around the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so glad to hear you say Nerd December, because I'm like from the Revenge of the Nerd days from the 70s. My first con was 78. So,
Okay, you know what? Back in the day, you couldn't really say that. It was more like an insult, but now it's like an achievement.
Oh yeah, now it's a badge of honor. Yeah.
You didn't even really want to tell people you
back then you just beat up for it. Yeah.
They would either give you a wedgie or but I was probably comics after like 74. A friend of mine gave me an Avengers comic, because I couldn't believe like Captain America and Iron Man and all these guys were in the same book, and after that I was hooked. you know.
I could see your mind explode from that. Like, you're kidding.
Right. It's like, dude, guess who's in this? And I was like, you know, because I knew Spider-Man. That was about it. And once he started explaining it to me, it was like, no way. And that was it. And they were a quarter a piece then. So, you know, you
Those
take
were the
your
days.
you get a book, you get $1 from your mom. And I ride my bike to 7-Eleven. I got 4 comics right off the bat. Or I got one of those big
Boy, I missed that.
You know,
I miss walking in with a bunch of comics for $1. Like, I
it
miss
was
that.
fun. Yeah, it was a good time.
You know? The old spinner racks. I miss those.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I used to do. So, yeah. So when I was a kid, because I probably didn't start collecting until like the mid 80s.
Yep.
And oddly enough, I think one of my first comics was a Cerebus. Which I think my mother had picked up from somewhere. I don't know. She saw it. You just see the cartoon aardvark. You don't really know what the content is.
Right.
And like hands it to a little kid. And I'm like, oh, okay. And it's like Busty Red Sophia. And I'm like, all right, this is all up my alley. Okay, that's perfect. And then Spider-Man, Green Lantern. For some reason, I was a big Green Lantern fan, so I was into that. And then just started going from there. And of course, I was like part of the 90s boom thing. So like I really got into it then because I loved all the stuff that was coming out. I wasn't doing it for like, you know, thinking that they were going to be worth something. Like I kind of knew that
I don't think any
book
of
that
us
was selling
did that,
4 million copies wasn't going to be rare. So but I was out there just getting them because I loved them.
In the 90s, if you did that, you risked getting your ass kicked for the most part. Because like I knew, like I was the only chick that had, you know, comics. Like there were no 90s chicks that had comics, and when I got them, it wasn't to. I didn't even understand the concept of hold on to this; it's gonna be valuable. I understood that like I'm gonna read them, I'm gonna read the crap out of them, and this looks awesome. Like I'm gonna do that.
I went into a Rite Aid because we were talking about the spinner racks.
Yeah.
And they had a spinner rack in there, right? And it was Spider-Man number 317, which was a Todd McFarlane Spider-Man, right? And I hadn't read Spider-Man in a while, but like I'm looking at that cover and I was like, man, this is catching my eye. Like I didn't even open it up, right? So I just went and bought it. And when I went home and I'm like looking at this, I'm like, what is different with the art? Like you had up until that point, you just had the Marvel way, so everything kind of just looked John Buscema. Or Jack Kirby, you know, which is great, but that's all you saw. You didn't see anything different. And then all of a sudden I'm looking at this and I'm like, man, my mind was blown. And right there I was like, I'm going to be a comic book artist.
Yeah.
So
it was like
wore that comic
rock
out.
concert or a movie. You know,
definitely.
I mean, it was like a totally different experience. I didn't read. You know, I'm embarrassed to say I didn't read comics when I was a kid. I didn't read it till right after I was getting out of high school. Now I watched Super Friends and all that stuff, Saturday morning cartoons. But you know that's where I got all my info and stuff. But then one day, right after high school, a buddy of mine had a big collection of comics, and I started thumbing through them, and I was like, "Hey, I kind of draw like this.
Wow,
hey, this is pretty cool," you know. And I've had a love affair with them ever since.
Yeah.
Now, like when you got to that point, was it because you hadn't been exposed to it at all, or like because I didn't really know too much about it until I met somebody. Like I mean, I'd seen the cartoons and all of that, but I didn't really get really into comics until I met somebody that like you like had a bunch of them themselves.
Right.
Yeah, that's kind of what it was with me. I mean, you know, and I was lucky enough to pick up a Daredevil during the Frank Miller run.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Nice.
I was thumbing through that and I was just like amazed. And I instantaneously, like I think later that week, I went out and just started buying a ton of them. So,
yeah, that's what Frank Miller does to you. Like the second you read it, it's like, yeah, because when like Michael Keaton's Batman was coming out and that Batmania was happening, I ran to the comic store and I was like, hey, what's your best Batman books? And of course, Dark Knight Returns, which was like the first thing I read, which totally ruined the 1989 movie for me because that book was like so good. And then I went to see the movie and I'm like, man, this sucks. Okay, but anyway,
yeah, that would do it.
I kind of wish I went in with a free, you know, mind on it, but like I had just read The Killing Joke and then like, you know, Dark Knight Returns, Batman Year One, and I'm going through all the greats, and then I go see that, and I'm like, really?
Yeah, Hollywood had to ruin it. That's what they do. They try to adapt, but not really. You know, it's hard. I don't know if they'll. I mean, I watched. Now that I have HBO, the reason we got it because my kids had watched all the old animated TV series, Batman. You know.
Oh yeah.
Still the best rating champ.
Yeah, right. I also love Batman Beyond.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's very hard. Oh yeah, I've been listening. The Dark Knight animated movies are in there, so that's about. I think that's about as close as we're going to get for a while. I know they're talking about doing a Batman Beyond series with Michael Keaton on HBO.
That would be cool.
So,
I'd watch
yeah,
it.
because he's
I
at that age.
liked the whole Batman Beyond setting and idea and everything.
He's at that age now where he can pull it off, and they can, they could do it with the special effects they have today.
Mm-hmm.
So, we'll see.
I agree.
Warner Brothers is very mercurial. The new Batman movie, I hope, is good. I don't know. We'll see.
Oddly enough, I don't really have an interest in seeing it. It's nothing personal. I don't know. I think I might be Batmaned out. Like
he is their go-to guy.
I loved Christian Bale. I love the Dark Knight trilogy. Christopher Nolan. I love it. I actually really liked Ben Affleck as Batman too. Right?
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen a full movie with Ben Affleck just to see.
Yeah, I would have.
The measure of that Batman.
I thought he was a cool Batman.
You can't judge Batfleck unless we had a full movie with just him. Then you would know whether or not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
feel like we're getting in like another Batman origin. Like, do we even have to start there? Like, I think it's like, seriously, does anybody not know how Batman became Batman at this point?
We're getting another Batman movie.
It's supposed to be year one, so we'll see how close they come.
Yeah,
I just hate what they did to one of my favorite Bat villains, the Riddler. I just.
Yes, I am so happy about that. And it's a great actor. He's like he can pull off.
Well, who's playing the Riddler? Is that
Paul Dano?
Who?
Yeah,
Paul Dano.
Paul Dano.
Who's
I'm a classic.
He's in There Will Be Blood.
Oh, okay. So we have one of our cosplay models joining. Another one. Countess.
Hello.
Hello.
I finally got through.
Yeah. So she's in Jersey like me, and we've been bumping into each other for years. And I was putting this project together, and I thought of her, and she was kind enough to work with us. This Greg Bill, December, and Bob. All the stuff actually, we went live. The page went live, so all the stuff is actually up now.
Oh, cool.
And how are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing good. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I figured this out. I feel pretty much with the times now.
I know you were traveling a lot. And what was that like?
Well, I love to travel. I go all across the country, and it's definitely one of my favorite things, coast to coast, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I like the warm weather, which today was a great day here in New Jersey. So
yeah, it was weird. I was telling Greg before we started that it was 50-some degrees today.
It was beautiful.
Right.
Yeah.
Actually, it was like 60 here. I'm in Maryland.
Oh yeah, Maryland's really nice too.
If you say so.
No, actually, I from the Baltimore area. My family's from the Baltimore area. I was born.
I'm from the Baltimore area.
Yes.
Yeah. I grew up there. Yeah. I lived like 5 blocks away from like Raven Stadium.
Oh, okay.
Actually, my old middle school is the parking lot of Camden Yards. They tore that down for that. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. I've always visited Baltimore more. My grandmother lived 5 minutes away from there, so we would go.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool. I actually did meet Bob at the Baltimore Comic-Con in December.
Ooh.
Yes,
so I went
there.
I went down more to meet them than the actual event, which was, was okay for me. We were kind of I was in East Bip. I wish I'd have been over there with you guys December. It would have been a little more fun. But, it was fun seeing you guys. That's why I went. So while we were talking, looks like we funded. So I guess
I knew it. I was going to ask you if you're funded yet. I knew it. It doesn't take long. It happens just like that. Boom.
So that's good. That's out of the way.
Yeah, no stress. Do you even worry anymore? Like the second you hit the button, it's just you
Hoorah!
already know it's going to work.
You guys are awesome. Thank you so much.
Well, I've been lucky because I work with you wonderful people, and people dig it. You know, they like it, so that's good.
Cool.
So Countess, your pictures are very cool. I showed them to. I'm trying to remember. I think because I'm in some local stores around my house, so whenever I get something cool, I send it to them and ask their opinion.
Oh, nice.
And the one guy, Pat at Ron's Comics, his wife was looking at the pictures, and she was like, "These women are beautiful. This is incredible. What is going on here?" So I just want you guys to know how much the hype is and the enjoyment of what you in December do, even before anything's released. You know, people are loving what you do.
Oh, that's great. I think it's because we like love what we do, you know? It's fun. It's part of just taking the fun parts of things and putting it all together and making a photo that's like art. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's very cool. It's
That made
much
my day.
appreciated.
Thank you.
Now,
I'm happy that there are women supporting women out there. Growing up, I didn't really hear too much about that. It was like instant put downs and stuff. And I remember thinking, like, when I grow up, I don't want to do that. Like, I mean, I really didn't feel like that anyway. I was like, wow, that lady's really pretty. I want to tell her, but I don't want her to think that I have like some malice behind it or anything like that. I see way too much negativity. And besides, I was raised on Spice Girls and TLC. They don't do that. They'd be very ashamed of me if I did that.
Yeah, it's good because the art world's gotten a lot more welcoming for women together.
Yeah,
like, it's good.
That seems amazing. Yeah. That makes me happy. Tell her thank you, please, and I hope that everybody likes everything in the book. I've seen some stuff, and you guys are gonna get your socks blown off. It's awesome.
Yeah,
I have a lot of fun.
Yeah, I kept looking at it, and it's. I was telling somebody it's like a sandwich that you like, but it keeps getting like more stuff in it, and I'm like, this is just really getting insane, you know. And I was gonna do it. I do these for 21 days because they're a lot of work once you start trying to keep things going. And usually everybody on the team is exhausted by the end. So I said, well, I'll do instead of 30, I'll do 21. But with all this stuff, I feel guilty that I'm not doing it longer because it's really a lot of stuff to go through, you know, a lot of cool different versions. Everybody likes some different. Now, Russ just told me he talked me into doing a mystery box this time, which I never have done before. And he's like, you just sold a mystery box. So he's texting me while, you know, instant messaging me while we're talking. And every one of them is an experiment to see what people like, you know, but also I try and be consistent with what I did before because some of the same people come back. So it's kind of this balancing act. But having you guys involved is what makes it special, you know. So I much appreciate it. But Countess, tell us about the other stuff you do. She does like 100 things.
Yes, I do pinups for different magazines with friends, and then I also do burlesque dancing. And I'm going to be doing a fairy scary ball out in Baltimore actually in November.
There you go, Bob.
Okay.
Yeah,
and then I heard scary in Baltimore, so that's I could do that.
Yeah, you just gotta get a dark fairy, and Countess does all that, so I'm always good with, you know, all the darker side of everything a little bit. But I'm also doing
my own my alley.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do pen and ink drawings, and I also do perfumes and jewelry. So I'm kind of a little bit all over with my art, and I go to different events selling that, and I read tarot on a regular basis for my living. Mm-hmm. So yeah, pretty much everything all over the country as much as I can. Okay. I want to travel with the weather one day, like just, you know, stay in the temperate weather. It's like, haven't quite scheduled that perfectly yet, though.
Yeah, I follow everything you do on Instagram, and every time I click on it, it's something different and cool. So
pretty much staying busy.
That's good. Now, do you guys have anything that you have coming up that you want to talk about?
Well, my next event is Nerd Fest, which is about comic books. It's got a lot of comic books, toys,
Well, it is
all sorts
called
of
Nerd
stuff. But
Fest.
it's called Nerd Fest because it's
Yeah.
like, why not embrace that, right? That's
Yeah.
what we need to do more. So it's all that kind of fun stuff. I'm going to be reading tarot there, and I'm going to have my artwork at Nerd Fest. That's in Swedesboro, New Jersey.
Sweet.
That's
Right
cool.
before you got
Mhm.
on, we were
Cool.
discussing how much we were nerds.
Yeah.
So
Well,
that seems like a thing that we should be doing.
I'm a total nerd. I just do it in a way that maybe doesn't look nerdy.
Yeah, the term nerd has broadened since I was
True.
Urkel back in the days. So,
Yeah, it's now embraced as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
you gotta embrace it.
where everybody finds their inner nerd. Everybody's nerdy about something today. I think that's what I really like is,
Mhm.
the coolest person has one like old TV show or some old horror movie or some comic book they read or some
That's all
cartoon
me.
they watched, and they just go crazy over it.
At least one.
Yeah.
At least one.
Always.
Yeah, I have
Yeah.
a few, that's for sure.
I have a lot. Yeah.
Oh, tell us.
Oh, mine, I have a whole Dragon Ball Z toy collection. Oh my God, that I've had for years. I even have a tattoo. I'm not even going to pretend to be cool about it. I will buy it. And I also have like a Kolchak the Night Stalker obsession. I've seen them all a million
Yes.
times. Vampirella,
Mhm.
Elf Quest, whatever.
Oh, Elf Quest.
Oh, Elf Quest.
Yes. Huge Elf Quest fan.
Me too. I had all the originals, and
Mhm.
now it's like they keep making them. I'm like, I still have to get it.
Well, yeah, not only that, you can actually read the entire series for free on elfquest.com.
Yes, you can.
And then, which I did, and then they started re-releasing the book. So, of course, I went and bought those too. So, yeah.
Yep. Yeah. And they show off all the fan art on the website too. It's really cool.
Yes.
I love that. And yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, I did some fan art for it. Yeah.
Oh, I did it as a kid. I
I
haven't
did too.
done it now, but I should. Why not? We all should do fan art, right?
Actually, I'm going to pull it up and then I'll share my screen.
Oh, look
But you
at
guys just keep talking.
Oh, this is not on us. Don't even go there.
Yeah, it's hard to go from Elf Quest to something else. Like, I mean, if you're pulling up the
Oh no, yeah, keep talking and then it'll pop up. You'll see. It's fine. Because now you're putting too much stress on me. I gotta find it. It's gonna take a sec.
Well, then I need to hear somebody else's
Everybody's
real
watching.
nerd discussion.
Ah,
Greg, Bill, you have something coming up, right?
Oh goodness, what don't I have coming up? It's where I've got a bunch of stuff coming out from Coffin.
Nice.
We just did Panther, and I'm doing the signing not this weekend but next weekend in Tennessee.
Right.
And then a bunch of other covers Gwen and I've been working on.
Okay.
She keeps me straight.
Busy, busy, busy.
Yeah.
That's good. That's real good. Bob, you got it yet? Or am I going to keep talking? You still
yep, it's coming
working
up
on it?
now. I'm clicking
Alright.
stuff.
Okay.
Yes, did it show?
I see.
We're still seeing.
I'm
I'm still
going to add
seeing.
it. Yeah, I'm going to add it to the screen.
Oh, okay, there you go.
There you go.
All right.
Oh,
Then I'll
nice.
just
Oh,
zoom
sweet.
in here. Hold on. There we go.
Oh, great. That looks really cool. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Skywise is definitely my favorite character. He's so
Right.
cool. Yeah, I'm sure he's lots of people's favorite character. They're doing like a whole section on him right now. So.
Oh, and then I have the vampires.
Oh, there
yeah.
you are.
Vampires, New Jersey. So,
Yeah.
so Bob, what's the inspiration for that? Because I shared it with Simon Bennett, who's a guy I work with over in England,
Uh-huh.
and he immediately saw the inspiration.
Okay. Okay. So I don't know. When I was looking at it, it's two characters, and I wanted them to be different
Right.
in like how they were posed or whatever. So I have one upside down while the others like this. So I just kind of pieced it together like that. That was basically it. I thought it would be interesting.
Right.
Right. And then they're both they both have those the weapons, like the long pole arms and stuff. So I just kind of drew that going horizontally. I thought it was cool. That's it. Sometimes what I do, I just like I thought it was cool, so I did it that way.
Okay. Because he actually pulled a picture from The Dark Knight, Frank Miller.
Yeah.
when
Oh, hey.
yeah,
Okay, I think I know what you're talking about now.
yeah.
Maybe subconsciously I had that.
Kitty Kelly is the one that's upside down, and the Dark Knight is the one that's standing up. So it's actually a similar position, similar,
I
but
know what
not
you're
the same.
talking about now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he actually
Okay.
sent it back to me. It was kind of wild. He's like, "Wow, Dark Knight," because he did a cover for Vampires. I think it's the 5th one that's a Dark Knight inspired cover.
Mm-hmm.
So he's very Frank Millerish, and he was like, "Yeah, it looks Dark Knight inspired, but it's beautiful either way." I mean, when I saw it, I just loved it because it was your work.
It's
So.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
I
I
think
mean, yeah, it probably is. I mean, again, Frank Miller is like one of my favorites. So honestly, I think sometimes when I'm drawing, like all the stuff I love goes into like one picture. So I don't know. I've studied comics and like comic art so much, studying poses and stuff like that, that sometimes it just, I don't know, just does it.
Right.
And maybe I didn't even notice it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But very cool. Thanks.
Yeah.
Excellent cover. All the art's slamming, and having you ladies on covers is pretty amazing. Also, I was thinking I haven't played the trailer. I should probably do that if I can pull it out. So let's see. Well, you just did it, didn't you, Bob? You just shared.
What's that? Yeah, there's a share button at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah.
And then once you hit it, you can just select the screen you want to share.
Right. Well, what did you hit? Did you hit extra camera?
No, actually, because I've got multi monitors. So when I hit it, it came up with like 3 different monitors, and I just clicked the one that I wanted, and it popped up on there.
No, can't do that. That's what I don't like about this. Every time I use it, they do something, and it's completely different. Because okay, so I can share the screen, and we will share. I can do this. I'll share the whole screen. Ooh, that's freaky. And we'll actually go to the Facebook because I don't have the Kickstarter up on this computer. That's us. And there's that. We'll close that one because Russ is busy talking.
Yeah, that was for Countess. So she said Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. My wife got it for me in Japan.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a robe from Japan that one of my friends.
Let me start it over.
Sweet.
Kickstarter launch into Kickstarter.
Nice.
You find a way to touch my nerves. Inside my head, I'm quite disturbed. I scream at you, you scream right back at me. I told her to let me out.
Oh, hey, look, there I am. Sweet.
Woohoo! Thank you, Countess.
Wow. That's awesome.
Another Jersey girl. Whoop, 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 December days. So that's that.
Sweet.
That is a killer lineup.
Right?
Yeah, it's kind of insane. And now I want to stop sharing because this is making me dizzy.
No, you don't.
It's
You're
the infinite
infinite.
stream. It just goes on and on and on.
Yeah. Like Inception or something.
Yeah. Or something.
I'm on the 12th layer of computer.
Did you see? What's the movie he just did? The Inception guy.
Oh, Tenant.
Yeah. Did you see that?
I did.
Oh, it's
It was not my
insane
favorite
movie.
Christopher Nolan movie. I enjoyed it, but it wasn't my favorite of his.
I wish I'd have seen it in the theater because I think it would have been better in the theater. I saw it on HBO.
Yeah, that's where I saw it.
Yeah, but he writes some crazy stories, Nolan. I don't know what he's got next. I forget.
Yeah,
but.
it was wild. It was a nice gimmick. I mean, I enjoyed the movie. Yeah.
Did you guys see the new Matrix movie?
I did.
Mm-hmm.
I was
I
warned to
did.
stay away from it, like far.
Really,
far away.
I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I loved
liked
it.
Yeah, I thought it was better than the third one.
You know, I don't know. I liked it. I liked the fact that they kind of showed you. Okay, like at the end of the third one, you're like, what did they really win? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like the Earth
was
is
non-
destroyed. It's irreparable, whatever. But then with this, it kind of shows you where they can go, and I thought that was needed. I liked that.
Yeah. They
Like
left
some of
it
the
open.
ideas I thought were awesome.
Yeah. But Countess, you see anything cool lately?
Now, movie wise, I've been on an Odysseus kick, so I'm watching all of these like made for. They had a really good like cartoon interpretation on Prime, I found, but it was just under Greek myths, but it was like the whole Odyssey.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. And it was really well done. The artwork was really cool. You know how they have the vases that are like black with the gold, just like black shadows with the gold?
Mhm.
They did all the artwork that way. It was great.
Oh,
I loved it.
cool.
It's very like very symbolic looking. But then it drove me crazy because they called him Ulysses the whole time, which drives me crazy because the Odyssey and Odysseus was the Greek version, and then they go and they use the Roman name even though they called it the Odyssey. It's like
Right.
little detail.
Yeah.
But I'm like in my own time frame loop with TV and movies.
Gotcha.
You can watch whatever you want whenever you want now. So
Yeah, that's
that's
kind of
cool.
how I'm out of time as far as that goes.
Yeah, I kind of I mean, in one way I miss, having a certain show come on at a certain time, like in the old days.
Yeah.
But, the convenience of being able to watch it on any device, anytime, any place is just crazy.
It's true. There's whole generations that don't even know what it's like to have to sit and wait for something.
Yeah, we were talking about that
absolutely.
earlier.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I always relate that back, and I don't know if anybody's ever seen the show, but it's one of my favorites. Is Farscape.
Yeah.
And like
Actually-
every episode of Farscape was to be continued, and I was literally throwing things at the TV every Friday night. Like I was annoyed. I was like, "Are you kidding me with this?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an ongoing.
So we don't have to suffer that anymore.
Well, the new
Kinda.
series Ghost though. Ghost is still coming. They're still making the shows. That's a cute show. I like that one.
Is it good?
It is. It's funny. It's frivolous. It's not. It's definitely a comedy, and it's really well written. They always tie everything together each episode at the end.
That's cool.
So I like it. It's fun.
I'm sorry, you said it was Ghost?
It's called Ghosts.
Yeah,
And it's on what?
I saw the commercial for it. It's all different types of ghosts, and they're all in one house, right?
Yeah, it's really creative actually. It's like really well done. This couple moves into this house and they want to turn it into a B&B, and like the ghosts are from different generations because it's all of the people that died in that particular like plot of land.
Mhm.
So that you have like a Viking, you have the Native Americans, and you have like all different kinds of ghosts. You have the Victorian era, and then you have, and they all are like the one lady. Spoiler alert. She falls,
No,
hits
don't
her head.
spoil. I wanna
She
watch.
hits her head so she can see ghosts. That's the whole reason they have the show.
Yeah.
Oh, good. I missed all of
If
that.
nobody could
Good.
see ghosts, you know, there
Yeah.
wouldn't be a point in the ghosts. They'd all be like
Yeah.
not doing anything.
Yeah.
But like, so the one person could see ghosts, and that's how like the whole thing is. Like, she's trying to like make these ghosts happy and still make her bed and breakfast.
Right.
And where can I watch it?
CBS.
It's on. Yeah, it's on like
Mike here.
Mhm.
Hi, Mike. How's it going? Mike Wazalowski, a big supporter of indie stuff.
Oh, hello,
Mike.
And John Bracken. Guy's been buying my vampire comic since the first. I think he bought the first one at
Hey, John.
New Jersey Horror Con or no, Monster Mania. I did Monster Mania in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. That was fun.
That kicks ass.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good time.
Rock on, John and Mike. Yes.
Mm-hmm. But so yeah, we funded, and that's
Sweet.
good. And the numbers are still going, and it'll be an ongoing battle, I'm sure. But I appreciate you guys coming on, and hanging out.
Happy to.
You know, I'm very happy to work with all of you. I'm sorry we can't all be in the same spot, but thanks to the magic of technology, we can at least talk.
Yeah.
And you guys know me. Anytime you're in the area, you want to hang or whatever. But let me know. I'll follow you guys' schedules because I do want to do some cons outside of the area. Countess, you've inspired me.
Oh, cool. Well, yeah, I'll let you know which
Probably.
ones I have fun at. You know,
Yeah.
all cons are usually fun, though. I mean,
Yeah.
you
You
know,
make 'em
I've been doing some of the horror markets. They're fun. You know,
Yeah.
Sweet.
Have you done that one in Allentown?
there is one, yeah, out there. That one I've done a couple years. It's nice. I like it when it's outdoors. When they bring it in, sometimes it's like they can't help it because of the weather.
Yeah.
You know how things are, but
Yeah.
I love that street fair kind of feel sometimes. That's really cool.
Yeah.
So,
You ought to
But
come
yeah.
to Heroes Con down here in Charlotte.
ooh, that sounds like fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I have relatives down there, so that might be good for me. I haven't seen them in a while.
It's
There's
a big one down
Yeah, there's
here.
a ton of Simpsons down there that I haven't seen in years, so I might have to do that. But yeah, I appreciate you guys coming on, helping me launch. It's always fun,
Cool.
and you know, I've got more projects lined up. The Werewolves of Brooklyn comic is actually done, so I was going to save that for closer to the fall and do Bunny Goes to Space, but that's up to Bob. But I don't want to rush it, Bob.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm working on it right now, and I'm kind of fast. You know that.
I know.
So.
Bob actually could crank out a whole comic. I think you could do it in a week if I just locked you in a room.
Yeah, but yeah, probably.
He's very
I'm not
very
supposed
fast.
to do it like that. My
But
doctor says my
you
neck
got to
is
have a
out.
life, Bob, and I know you got a family and stuff to do. So
Yeah.
don't kill yourself. I'm very flexible with my stuff. I really realize that everybody's got something going on. So I'll work with, you know, all of you through whatever, as long as you say you want to work with me, because, you know, that's the only way you get stuff done, you know? And I always have guidelines and like timetables, but I'm very flexible.
You have to be careful with artists with too much time. Like,
well, I try and keep it like
you know, for myself, I'm always like the night before. Oh my gosh, I have to get that.
Yeah.
I am so happy I beat that urge a long time ago. It used to be so bad, but now I'm past it. Luckily, I found a way that I get around that.
Yeah. But yeah, you guys are much appreciated. All of you have a good night, and you know, anytime you guys have a project you want to do anything with, let me know, because I do podcasts. I don't have to do them. You know, I'm no Joe Rogan. I do them when something comes up that I think people should know about. And if you guys have a project and you want to get the word out, just let me know.
Well, thank you.
All right. Anytime.
Oh, it was great meeting everybody. Thank you for having me on.
Too, yeah.
Appreciate it.
It's good seeing you, Countess. Good seeing you guys. Thanks.
Bye, everyone.
Hopefully you get some
Take
rest,
care,
man.
guys.
All right. Have a good night.
See you guys.
And thank you.
Mike, really quick, no, it's not a new collar. It's sewn into the dress.
It's very cool.
Oh, thank you.
Very cool. Well, you know, all your stuff's cool. You know that.
Oh, yes. I try to set the tone by being a fashion icon.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Everybody take care.
All right. Take it easy.
Bye. Thank you all for funding us. We appreciate it.
Yes. Thank you. Congratulations, Alton.
Yes. Big congrats.
yeah, just trying to keep going. You know, I want to do cool stuff with you guys, so I keep writing, and it just keeps going where it goes. You know,
Cool.
but it's fun. It's all
Yeah,
fun.
I'll do it forever.
Anytime you guys need me for anything, just let me know.
Sweet.
You
All right.
rock. Thank you
All
so
right.
much.
Take
See you
care.
Thank you
guys.
for letting us all participate.
Anytime, December. Thank you.